think that they know 'em, but fuck 'em.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And I'm super excited to have this session on internships. If you're able to hear me and see me live, please let me know in the chat box so that we can start up with this session. Please write on yes if you can see me and hear me correctly and there is no lagging in the video and also in the audio. If that is so, please let me know in the chat box with excited or some emojis in the chat box so that we can all start up with this session. Okay, so let us begin with what's internship and what actually does internship mean and how does it happen, right? Now, I think I'll just wait for a couple of more minutes so that everyone joins in and then we can all start. Okay, let us wait for everyone to join in. How are you? How has been now? How many people of you over here have done internships up till now? And how many people have actually want to do an internship but they do not know actually how to get into it? What are the processes and all of these things? Okay, so on that note, let us start with this session on internships. So internship is basically when a student comes and wants to get a practical experience of what actually happens in industries in corporate world. Then for a very short span of time, he or she can go into a company, an MNC or a startup, and get that actual feel of that particular work. Now internship can be in different ways. So for example, it can be in a MNC or maybe in a startup or maybe in any kind of company that we have. Or another way I can say that we can have internship in particular field as well. So for example, if I want to do internship in marketing or maybe in computer science and software development, all of these things are there. Right now, what actually happens over here is in internship, we kind of can get, we can get PPO offers from internships as well. Now, how does that happen? It happens because of your dedication and your activeness towards just a small break, guys. Yeah, so it happens. How does it happen? We actually kind of get to apply it from maybe some company, or we can go it for the off-campus internships or any way that is possible. Right now, I've jotted down some points to basically discuss it over here. That is what actually internships are, what is the duration of an internship. Now if we have to see on a very broader aspect, if we see that we have actually 2 months internship, we have 6 months internship, but nowadays what actually happens is a lot of startups that are there now. In these startups you can actually have 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. As I've already told, this internship is basically just to get a practical experience of what actually happens in the corporate world. Right now, for example, if I have an interest in marketing but I do not actually know ki marketing mein kya karte hain hum. I know ki acha theek hai, this is kind of ads, this is the kind of campaigns that I run, but actual feel, to get an actual feel of what कैसे वो चीज होती है, वी कैन डू एन इंटर्नशिप इन दैट पर्टिकुलर फील्ड. द क्वेश्चन अराइजेस कि मेरा इंटरेस्ट काफी सारी चीजों में है. हाउ शुड आई एक्चुअली चूज अ पर्टिकुलर डोमेन टू डू एन इंटर्नशिप? राइट नाउ you can straight away think of what is that one most thing which you want to pursue it for a longer period of time. Right, so for example, मेरा interest marketing में है, I want to do I have an interest in software development, these two domains, right, basically. So now to actually know कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड, मतलब द फीलिंग कि हम लोग करते क्या है उसमें, बहुत बेसिकली एक्चुअल में मुझे क्या करना होगा. इफ आई एम गोना डू अ जॉब इन दैट पर्टिकुलर फील्ड, व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू डू दैट. To get a feel of that, you should do an internship. Now internship is basically done as of what I understand, and people have different perspectives to see this, but what I say is internship should basically be done to actually explore your interest. What is my actual interest is in, that you should do with the help of these internships. You should give your 110% to actually get the most of these internships. Now internships can be of different durations. As I've already told you, it's a very short period of time. That is, it can be of 2 months, 6 months, 8 months, or maybe 1 year as well. But you have to choose it very very wisely कि मुझे कौन से term की internship करनी है. Now how do we get an internship? So basically what happens is you can get an internship either from your college. Sometimes college provides, but what if you want to do some different domain internship that your college does not provide? How to get that? Now that you can get with the help of the LinkedIn sources that we have nowadays. Then we have a lot of platforms that are available. Hirect is also there, so you can actually go and make your resume and shortlist yourself and make yourself well informed कि I want to do internship in marketing field. Okay, what are the basic things that I need to know? Go and learn all of those things and then go and apply to one another field. But there are some things that you need to have in common just to apply for a kind of internship. So for example, कुछ soft skills ऐसी होती हैं that you need to have, right? So that it shows you true passion. So for example, you go into an internship. Now one major question that comes to one's mind is do I need to know all the skills जो भी कंपनी को चाहिए? Do I need to know all of them? The answer is slightly towards no, but yes as well. Now if suppose I get into an MNC, I do not know the tech stacks they are actually working on, but if I am coachable, if I am have a learning behavior, then they'll ask you straight away, what is the time span? If I give you 1 week, will you be able to learn this particular skill or not? Are you towards the learning behavior or not? If you are, then definitely you can go towards any internship and tell them either you do not have the tech skills, even you do not have the skills to do that particular internship. For example, I am from BTech computer science, but I want to do internship in marketing, right? Now basics मैंने सीख लिया कि marketing के क्या-क्या basics होते हैं, how to run an ad, how to do campaigns and all of these things, right? But I do not have a very good experience over it. Now to get that experience कि कैसा होता कैसा है marketing में, to get that you can actually go to an internship. Now to get this internship, you can go to LinkedIn or you can go to Twitter. These days Twitter पे भी काफी सारी hirings हो रही हैं. You can start posting about what you actually know about internship, and you can also write I'm looking for internships. Then you have open to work system on LinkedIn. You can go and apply over there. Then you have Internshala. There are many platforms from where you can apply. Now apply का एक बहुत अच्छा rule ये है कि do not sit, बैठ ना जाओ एक को अप्लाई करके. अप्लाई टुवर्ड्स 10, 20, 30, 40, कीप ऑन अप्लाइंग बिकॉज देयर इज नो एंड, राइट? जब तक नहीं मिले तब तक अप्लाई करो, एंड वंस यू गेट इट, लर्न एंड मेक मोस्ट ऑफ इट, राइट? लॉट ऑफ पीपल थिंक कि ठीक है इंटर्नशिप ही तो है, हो जाएगा, बट दिस इज द वे फ्रॉम वेयर यू कैन एक्चुअली एक्सप्लोर योर ओन इंटरेस्ट. यू विल गेट टू नो कि डू यू एक्चुअली हैव इंटरेस्ट इन सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट और मार्केटिंग और मे बी कंटेंट राइटिंग और एनीथिंग और नॉट, right? So internships are very necessary. It is said though कि हम third year में करेंगे, fourth year में करेंगे. No, one should get into internship straight away जब तक वो थोड़ा सा confident हो जाए. So for example, I want to do an internship in web development, right? Now what will happen is कि web development में मुझे internship करनी है, so I will just learn the basics of web development. कि what are the web development basics, and then what I'll actually do is I will go for an internship and then tell ki, okay, I'll take a week or so, and then when I'll take a week or so, I will learn that particular tech stack and I will use that particular tech stack and implement it. I will be able to implement it. When you have a coachable and a learnable approach, then definitely everyone is willing to hire you, willing to ask you to come upon, right? So this was my main aspect to actually tell you. Now we come upon to how to get a PPO out of an internship, right? Now what actually happens is these days what is happening is when you do an internship at a particular company, you get to you get to have, or you get PP out of it. Now, how do you get that? You get that only because of your behavior, your confidence, your willingness to do work, and also your sincerity, right? Now, once you show your sincerity towards work, you're willing to do certain work, then only you will be able to actually get a PPO out of it. What is this PPO? PPO is pre-placement talk. Okay. Pre-placement offer. Now, what happens in this pre-placement offer? You get to actually meet the offer full-time job in that particular role. So, for example, if I want to do an internship in marketing, what will I actually do is I will go and do an intern. If they like my work, they will definitely give me a PPO, right? Now the question arises ki how should I work, how should I seem to be very very willing to work and also to get a PPO. Now there's something that I will call as 5 tips that I want to give it from my side. That is, one is you should always sound लर्नेबल कि मैं सीख लूंगी इस चीज को, आई विल बी एबल टू डू इट, आई एम कोचेबल, राइट? वन थिंग इज ऑलवेज दैट. सेकंड, डू नॉट हेजिटेट इन आस्किंग क्वेश्चंस इवन इफ सम टास्क हैज बीन असाइंड टू यू. डू नॉट हेजिटेट कि मेरे को व्हाट विल हैपन इफ आई डू नॉट नो दिस, आई वोंट साउंड good and enough. So make sure that you are able to be confident in at least yourself. You're showing the willingness, you're showing your sincerity towards work. Third, may be it online or offline, right? Make sure you're very well dressed during each and every meeting, because that also shows your behavior, right, towards work, towards how much you are actually presenting yourself, what is the cleanliness level, and all of these things. It does matter. However, we kind of overlook all of these things, right? Next, I would say is that get timely feedbacks. A lot of people do not work upon this, but it's very very important that you get timely feedback. tab aisa nahi hai ki you have to go and each and every week you are asking for ki what is my feedback, right? Give it my feedback. But it's really really very important that you should at least go and get feedbacks of your work, ki how are you doing, what kind of improvement do you want out of it, right? All of these things I've just noted out some points that I did not forget any of them here. Also, one thing, while you're doing an internship, make sure that you are maintaining a document, right? What does this document actually will have? This document will actually have all the things that have been told to you by your mentor or by your manager to do. Now, at the last of this internship, what actually happens is you have to give a presentation, right? Whenever you have to give a presentation to the people, you need to know what all things you worked on. Now, until and unless you actually know कि कौन-कौन सी चीजों में आपने work किया है, you will not be able to come up with the things. Now everything, कहाँ पे आपने कौन सी चीजें यूज करी, कौन सी चीजें नहीं यूज करी, आपने कैसे कैसे चीजों को बनाया, what was the problems you faced. Make documentation of each and everything that you do in a particular internship. This will not only help while presenting about what you did, but also will help your manager understand, and also you yourself understand कि अच्छा मैंने इतनी सारी चीजें सीखी, right? What the functions you made, what the production में आपने कौन कौन सी चीजें भेजी, how many APIs did you build, everything you should have a documented format of that, right? Now next question that one can have in mind is what actually happens during internship. मुझे बिल्कुल भी नहीं आता. Do I have to need to have an insight of what actually happens, या फिर मुझे पहले से ही सारी tech stack आनी चाहिए? The answer is yes. You need to know the text. I'm sorry. The answer is that you will be getting a training of about 1 week or 15 days or so, जहां पर आपको ट्रेन किया जाएगा पहले कि आपको इस टेक स्टैक में काम करना है. You have to learn that. Maybe they'll provide you some course, or maybe they'll provide you with some YouTube videos or something like that, so that you get well versed with that tech stack. And then they will give you some small projects. ऐसे projects पे आपसे वो शुरुआत में काम कराएंगे जिसमें उनका ज्यादा hindrance ना हो, राइट? वो डायरेक्टली आपको प्रोडक्शन का कोई भी कोड नहीं दे देंगे. दे विल आस्क यू कि मेक दिस थिंग और मेक स्मॉल प्रोजेक्ट आउट ऑफ इट. They actually want to see how much you are well versed with the tech stack. Once they see yes, there is a progress and you can actually do that, they'll give you work कि अब आप ये वाली चीज कर सकते हो. तो क्वेश्चन दैट एवरीवन हैज इन माइंड कि व्हाट विल हैपन इफ आई एम नॉट I want to get an internship but I do not know tech stacks. द बेस्ट पार्ट इज आप थोड़ा सा पहले से उनसे पूछ लो विद योर हायरिंग मैनेजर और मे बी द टेक पीपल दैट आर देयर कि हम लोगों को कौन से टेक स्टैक्स पे काम करना है, एंड बी प्रिपेयर्ड विद इट बिफोर हैंड. दैट विल क्रिएट अ डिफरेंट इमेज इन फ्रंट ऑफ ऑल द पीपल, राइट? ये भी कर सकते हो. सेकेंडली, whenever you get a time of training period, make sure you utilize a lot of time of that, and also ask n number of questions that you want to do, because internship is the best way to ask a lot of questions regarding your own field. Because मुझे अगर marketing में interest होगा तो I'll get into a marketing internship and I'll ask hundreds of questions to the people कि ये कैसे होता है, ये कैसे होता है. But when you jump to a job role or something like that, you are automatically kind of expected कि आपको ये सारी चीजें आनी चाहिए. But this is not actually expected when you are doing a particular internship or not, right? Yeah, so make sure that you do all of these things from your side. So I've actually explained what are the duration of internship, what happens in internship, what actually you need to be do to get an PPU. I've already explained this. I have now explained what happens during an internship. तो शुरुआत में training phase चलता है, and then the rest of the time you have been asked to work on different projects. Now these projects can be at least one project or 4-5 projects. छोटे छोटे projects पे काम करवा सकते हैं, या फिर एक big project पे भी काम करा सकते हैं according to your own capabilities. That is why I said be coachable and be learnable and be open to learning all the time, so that this shows your willingness to work and also your sincerity towards something you want to actually learn about. And mind my words, internship is the best way to explore what you actually want to do. There is no right time. ये नहीं कहूंगी कि थर्ड ईयर में इंटर्नशिप करो, फोर्थ ईयर में इंटर्नशिप करो. डू इंटर्नशिप स्ट्रेट अवे जब भी आपको लगे कि ओके आई नो A to Z of marketing, I know ABCD of marketing, but I need to know कि और क्या क्या चीजें होती हैं, so that if I want to make my career in that pursuit, I can get into that, right? अगर ऐसा कुछ भी हो रहा है तो make sure you do an internship in that field, get actually a lesson कि अच्छा ठीक है ये सारी चीजें होती हैं, ये चीज होती है, इसके बाद ये होता है, इसके बाद ये होता है. Once you get that, you can actually have an idea कि okay, can I pursue this as a full-time job role? Yes or no? Right now in internships also you have 2 to 3 kinds of internships on the basis of stipend. One internship is you get a stipend out of it. Okay, stipend is a small amount of money, or I can say amount of money that you get in return of the work you do, right? Now there are other types of internships that are or you can say non-stipend internships. That is wherein you actually work to just explore your love for that particular work, but you do not get any pay or something, right? And the third type of internship is you have to pay. You're not paid, but you have to pay for that particular internship, right? Now in the third one, what actually happens over here, I'm not going to recommend anyone for this kind of internship, but even if you want to do, it is okay, well and good. But I would suggest ki make sure you learn up to the level wherein you are getting paid, or maybe you just work for actually exploring your interest out of it. जब तक आपके पास कोई portfolio नहीं होगा दिखाने के लिए कि मैं ये चीजें जानती हूँ, ये चीजें करती हूँ, no one is actually going to hire you, right? Initially. But even if you know कि आपको एक इंटरेस्ट है उस फील्ड में, आपको मन है बहुत काम करने का, आप कोचेबल हो, आप सिंसियर हो, आप विलिंग हो किसी चीज को काम करने के लिए, anyone can take you up for a particular kind of internship. But make sure that you know at least ABCD. Even if you're going for a software role, software developer ka role, make sure that you know coding, a certain language, and this is why you are tested, right? This is why you get to a lot of screening process. So that was it for the video. Thank you so much guys for joining in. To all the people, I think if you have any questions you can drop in the chat box and then we can take up. This was it for this today's internship session, which I wanted to keep. If you have any questions, I'll just wait for a couple of more moments so that if you have any doubts or any questions, we can take up in the live session at least. Hey Mansi, can you suggest me any ongoing internship related to web development where I can apply? Hey Vimal, thank you for joining in. For web, we have a certain kind of internships. You can get through it via LinkedIn. What you can actually do is you can go and type in the job area. वहाँ पर अगर आप लिखोगे web development internship, there is number of internships that can actually come up. ठीक है, उन सब में जाकर apply करो. But Before that, make sure that you have a resume well prepared, signified, मतलब customized towards web development, जहां पर उसके आपके बहुत सारे वेब डेवलपमेंट के आपने प्रोजेक्ट्स लिख रखे हो अच्छी तरीके से. और रेज्यूमे को वेरीफाई और फीडबैक लेने के लिए मैंने ऑलरेडी कुछ वीडियोस बना रखी हैं. मेक श्योर कि आप अपना रेज्यूमे को पहले से एटीएस क्वालिफाइड बना लो और पहले से अच्छे सा बना लो, सो दैट योर रेज्यूमे एक्चुअली गेट सिलेक्टेड इन वन शॉट. नाउ केवल लिंक्डइन पे अप्लाई करने से नहीं होगा. मेक श्योर दैट यू आर अप्लाइंग ऑन डिफरेंट पोर्टल्स एज वेल, लाइक naukri.com, वी हैव internships over there, we have internshala and lot many of places. जाकर एक्सप्लोर करो वो सारी जगह पे. एंड ऑल्सो यू कैन ज्वाइन माई टेलीग्राम ग्रुप, जहां पर आई कीप ऑन पोस्टिंग ऑफ कैंपस अपॉर्चुनिटीज इफ देयर आर एनी. आई कीप ऑन पोस्टिंग दैट. तो अगर आपको वो वाली चीज भी चाहिए तो आप मेक श्योर करना कि यू आर देयर इन माई टेलीग्राम ग्रुप. द लिंक इज देयर इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन, तो आप वहां जाकर ज्वाइन कर सकते हो. आई होप दैट आई आंसर्ड योर क्वेश्चन विमल. इफ दैट I've answered it, please let me know. Okay, Shivam is asking another question. Usually the roles being offered for the first year student is related to sales only. Is it worth spending time in sales internship? Okay, Shivam. So a lot of people have this question कि ये जो a lot of internship के जो आते हैं जिसमें आपको सिर्फ और सिर्फ WhatsApp ग्रुप पे मैसेजेस देने होते हैं, LinkedIn पे मैसेजेस देने होते हैं ना. You have to actually think yourself कि क्या मेरा सेल्स में इंटरेस्ट है या नहीं. If you do not have interest, don't go for that. राइट. अगर आपका सेल्स में इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं है तो व्हाई आर यू गोइंग फॉर अ सर्टेन इंटर्नशिप जो कि आपके जिसमें आपका मन है उससे इंक्लाइन नहीं कर रही है. फॉर एग्जांपल माय इंटरेस्ट इज इन सेल्स, सो आई विल डेफिनेटली गो एंड डू दैट पर्टिकुलर काइंड ऑफ इंटर्नशिप. बट सबसे पहले आपको अपना दिमाग बनाना है कि इज माय इंटरेस्ट इज इन डिजाइनिंग, इज माय इंटरेस्ट इज इन राइटिंग, is my interest is in developing coding, or is my interest is in UI UX or मतलब marketing. अगर इन सारी इंटर्नशिप्स में से आपको जो भी अच्छी लग रही है, गो फॉर दैट. डोंट गो फॉर द इंटर्नशिप दैट कम्स टू यू, है ना, जिसमें आपका मन है. क्योंकि जब तक मन नहीं करेगा तब तक एक्सप्लोर करने का भी, वहां जाकर काम करने का भी मन नहीं करेगा. राइट. आई होप दैट आई आंसर्ड योर क्वेश्चन, शिवम. If any one of you have any other questions, please drop in the chat box. I'm here to answer all of them. And I hope that makes sense to each one of you, because I have been experiencing. I'm BTech fourth year computer science undergraduate, and I hope that my experience speaks and you are getting insightful, replies to all of your questions. If that is answered, Shivam, please let me know. If any of the other viewers, if you have any other question, please let me know. If you have any other question, otherwise we'll end up this live. Thank you everyone for joining in. How was the session, guys? How did you find it insightful? How would I able to I would love to know the feedbacks with regard to this internships session that I conducted today. We'll have it very, very often. Actually, I wanted to keep a video for this session, but I actually wanted to know all of your thoughts. And okay, any tips for DSA? See, DSA is not a one day task, right? डीएसए में ये नहीं होता कि एक दिन में मैं करना चाहूँ तो मैं कर लूंगी डीएसए. सबसे पहले डीएसए पढ़ने के लिए यू हैव टू बी वेरी वेरी प्रोफिशिएंट इन वन प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज. ठीक है. तो डीएसए की जर्नी हमें शुरू क्यों करनी है? इफ आई वांट टू बिकम समवेयर इन बिटवीन कोडिंग, मुझे कोडिंग की फील्ड में जाना है, मुझे टेक की फील्ड में जाना है, यू नीड टू नो डीएसए. डीएसए इज व्हाट? डेटा स्ट्रक्चर्स एंड एल्गोरिथम्स, राइट? नाउ फॉर दैट एक्चुअली यू नीड टू नो वन प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज. प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज तो आनी ही चाहिए, दैट इज मस्ट, राइट? कौन सी प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज मुझे चूज करनी है? आई हैव टू चूज बिटवीन जावा, सी प्लस प्लस और पाइथन. इन तीनों में से कोई एक प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज चूज करनी है. व्हाट आई वुड रिकमेंड इज बिटवीन सी प्लस प्लस और जावा, इन दोनों में से कोई एक लैंग्वेज चूज करो. एंड देन what you have to do is you have to go to lead code, or maybe you can try, अगर आप बहुत ही बिगनर हो, प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज में भी बिगनर हो, you can go to HackerRank and try the easy questions over there. ठीक है. Now see, if you are able to solve all of those, you can come to lead code and start doing over there, right? Now since you want to actually learn DSA, पहले array से questions complete करो, then you can go to strings and complete certain types of questions. तो मेरे जो ने strategy use करी थी, that I would tell you, at least do 10 to 20 questions of each category and then start doing miscellaneous questions. क्योंकि जब तक हमको ये नहीं पता होगा कि क्या क्या strategies होती है, सबसे पहले आपको पढ़ना आना चाहिए. Make sure that you know everything about arrays and then you start doing questions. बट एवरीथिंग का मतलब ये नहीं कि आपने 5 to 6 days अरे में पढ़ने में लगा दिया. मेक श्योर यू लर्निंग एक चैप्टर लाइक एरे ट्रीज और मे बी लिंक लिस्ट आपने पढ़ा पहले उसको, एंड देन यू गो एंड सॉल्व क्वेश्चंस. डू नॉट स्ट्रेट अवे कम एंड सॉल्व क्वेश्चंस, बिकॉज वो बिल्कुल भी हेल्प नहीं करेगा. जब तक आपको बेसिक्स क्लियर नहीं होंगे, यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू सॉल्व द क्वेश्चंस वेरी वेरी प्रोफिशिएंटली, राइट. एंड डीएसए कोई एक दिन का टास्क तो है नहीं. आज मैंने कोई क्वेश्चन किया, इट हैज एन 99% चांस कि अगर वो मुझे क्वेश्चन 2 महीने बाद मिलेगा तो मैं शायद उस क्वेश्चन को भूल चुकी होंगी अभी तक, right. Now you have to regularly practice. Now for that you can actually do is make some notes kind of कि अच्छा ठीक है ऐसा ऐसा चीजें होती हैं, these are the formulas that we use, these are the algorithms जो मैंने यूज किया. For example Dijkstra's algorithm is there, lot many of algorithms are there, right. बहुत सारी सीरीज भी अब तो आ गई हैं. We have लव बब्बर की एक शीट है, डीएसए शीट, you can go and practice that, but start those sheets once you have थोड़ा सा कमांड ओवर एवरीथिंग. ट्रीज पता हो कि होता क्या, एंड देन स्टार्ट प्रैक्टिसिंग ओवर क्वेश्चंस, राइट. डोंट इंस्टेड वो कि आज मेरे को मन कर रहा है ट्रीज क्वेश्चंस करने का, मैं ट्रीज कर रही हूँ. आई डू नॉट नो द बेसिक्स की ट्रीज होता क्या है, उसमें ब्रेथ फर्स्ट सर्च कैसे करते हैं, डेप्थ फर्स्ट सर्च कैसे करते हैं, वो सारी चीजें पहले पढ़ो एंड देन डू क्वेश्चंस. दिस इज ऑल आई वांटेड टू give you tips, and do not forget to make notes. notes बनाने बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं. जिन लोगों को ऐसा लगता है कि केवल कोडिंग तो केवल लैपटॉप और पेन से होती है, नहीं, पेन और पेपर को बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. अगर आपको नोट्स बनाने हैं, मेक श्योर यू आर मेकिंग एन एक्सेल शीट जहां पर अपने इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस लिख लो, जहां पे आपने जो स्ट्रैटेजी यूज करी है उसको लिख लो, सो दैट जब भी आपको कोई पेपर आए तो आपको केवल शीट पढ़नी हो, एंड यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू दिमाग में बहुत क्लमजीनेस ना हो जाए कि मुझे करना क्या है, तो बहुत ही कम टाइम बचा है, उस टाइम के लिए हमें प्रिपेयर करना होता है. आई होप दैट आंसर्ड योर क्वेश्चन, Vimal. Any other, if you guys have any other question, guys, please make sure that you write in the chat box, because it's very very rare that I do a live and I can get to actually chat up with you, get your problems कि actual में problem क्या आ रही है, what and I could suggest you if I can help you in that. If that is the case also, guys, you can actually be you can actually come up to my LinkedIn, I'm so sorry, to my Telegram group, and wherein I can get your questions as well. Hey Mansi, I'm not actually extremely proficient in Excel. For Excel there is lot of many there is lot many of videos on YouTube channel. Okay, YouTube पे बहुत videos हैं, 4 hours की हैं, 3 hours की हैं, 2 hours की हैं. कोई भी एक संडे को लेकर बैठ जाओ, 2 घंटे में पूरा एक्सेल का बेसिक्स एटलीस्ट आ जाएगा कि कैसे करते हैं. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एक्सेल बहुत सारी चीजों में हेल्प करता है. इनफैक्ट फाइनेंस की कितनी भी सारी चीजें होती हैं, बजटिंग में हेल्प करता है, सब कुछ चीजों में हेल्प करता है. एक्सेल इज अ मस्ट हैव स्किल एवरीवन शुड हैव, आई थिंक राइट नाउ, बिकॉज इवन इफ दिस एक्सेल स्किल वाज देयर इन आवर स्कूल, राइट, कि हम लोग स्कूल में पढ़ते थे पावर पॉइंट और एक्सेल, उसके बाद से हमने इतना यूज नहीं किया, तो हम वो चार्ट्स और बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, वो सारी चीजें आपको यूट्यूब पे मिल जाएंगी. शिवम, डोंट वरी. सो यू कैन एक्चुअली एक दिन बैठकर पूरा अच्छे तरीके से कर लो. नोट्स बनाना बहुत जरूरी है. डू नॉट फॉरगेट, जैसे हम क्लास 10th और 12th में करते थे, वहां पे हम जरूर पेन और पेपर पे बनाते थे नोट्स. राइट नाउ यू कैन मेक इट ऑन डॉक्स, या फिर नोट्स में जाकर यू कैन मेक अप योर ओन नोट्स, एंड मेक श्योर यू कीप ऑन रिवाइजिंग इट. ठीक है, क्योंकि टेक्नोलॉजी भले आगे जितनी चली जाए होता रहे, बट यू नीड टू बी प्रोफिशिएंट इन योर एक्चुअली और बेसिक्स क्लियर होंगे तो आगे कितनी भी टेक्नोलॉजीज आएंगी हम सब अच्छी तरीके से कर सकते हैं. गाइज, इफ यू हैव एनी अदर क्वेश्चन प्लीज लेट मी नो. विमल, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग. मेक श्योर यू ज्वाइन टेलीग्राम and YouTube telegram group, and also guys make sure you I keep on posting a lot of content on LinkedIn. Make sure you follow me there, so that any tips for Excel, DSA, and resume making, I've made a lot of videos on resumes also. तो अगर आपको कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम हो रेज्यूमे से रिलेटेड, यू कैन text on the group, text me personally, I will help you out. And also I've made a lot of videos regarding the same, तो उसमें भी जाकर आप check out कर सकते हो. Thank you so much for joining, guys. I think that's the end for this video. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that was insightful. See you in the next video. Tada, bye. Please take care of yourselves. Bye, guys.